Hi everyone, Pastor Stuart here. A continued Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I am here getting the oil changed in our car. You see, a few days ago I started the car, it dinged, and there was this notification that it was time for an oil change. I groaned. I guess none of us likes to take the time and the money to do so, but I realize it is important to get the oil changed regularly. Over time, oil breaks down and dirt and corrosion build up, and if we aren't careful, this can cause the life of the engine to decrease. And we don't want that. So new oil helps lubricate the parts and keep the engine running in an optimal way. Or at least, that's what Google told me. Sometimes we go to a place like this and they also tell us that it's time for an oil filter or an air filter, and it will help the engine run more efficiently. Well, I'm no mechanic, so I take their advice to avoid problems later. Well, when my car dinged the other day, I couldn't help but think that it would be nice if people had a built-in notice about when we needed to make some changes to strengthen our relationship with God. It would be nice to have something ding and a notification tell us when we begin to get weak spiritually. Well, I guess, at least for me, it would go off on a daily basis or sometimes even more often. Yet sometimes I think we need to take a closer look at where we are in life. We don't have a notification until we take time away, sit quietly, pray, and examine our lives. The beginning of a new year is a great time to reflect and assess where we are in our spiritual journeys. A new year is a wonderful time to examine where we are in our relationship with God. Here are a few questions you can ask yourself. Would you say that you have grown closer to God over the past 365 days? Or has your relationship with God lost some of its excitement or passion? Over the course of the last year, have you learned to trust God more? What are some of the concrete ways you can say you have served God and God's people this past year? Are you pleased with where you are in your spiritual journey as we begin this new year? These are good questions. Perhaps they're tough questions for you. Are there questions you would add? Even further, what kind of change do you need to make to improve your walk with God? You see, the truth is, most of us know we need to change some things in our life. Even if we don't make New Year's resolutions anymore, many of us know ways our spiritual lives can be improved. Perhaps we need to read the Bible more. Perhaps we need to be in worship more often. Perhaps we need to serve the less fortunate more often. Perhaps there are other ways that you've thought about. And the good news is that the beginning of a new year is a great time to make those changes. We can confess to God that we haven't always lived with Him and follow Jesus as we should, and then we can make some new commitments. You see, it's a new year, 2020, and like the oil in our engines, sometimes change is needed. What changes will you make in order to make your walk with God stronger and your life, and make sure that your life is running at optimal? The prophet Isaiah said this, "Look, I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it?" Yes, God wants you to do a new thing in your life. God wants you to walk closer with Him. I hope you will stop this week, reflect, and make 2020 a year to focus more intently on your relationship with our God. I believe you will discover that your life will run more efficiently. God bless, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.